2 weeks ago, Governor Bob Ferguson signed the face mask ban into law, but legal experts say holding federal agents to that law might be complicated. A sign near Aurora and 163rd and Shoreline has stood for 6 weeks. It reads, "Dad abducted from his 2-year-old at this spot." On January 25th, video captured the aftermath of an ICE arrest and a woman carrying a toddler out of a car. The toddler was left behind, sitting alone in the back seat after federal agents arrested his father. The woman coming to the child's aid is restaurant owner Veronica Castaneda.
He's almost three.
When ICE arrested Castaneda's head chef Ivan Guzman, he was on his way to drop his baby off at daycare. He called his boss for help. Less than a week later, the federal government shipped Ivan out of the U.S.
I woke up in the middle of the night and I always think, why?
Records analyzed by King 5 showed the fast action ICE took with Ivan isn't unusual. Detainees are often moved quickly via charter flights out of Boeing Field. Records obtained by King show in 2025, more than 200 ICE-related flights arrived or departed the airport roughly every 2 days and saw a nearly 240% increase over the course of the year. The most common destinations from Boeing Field were Mesa, Arizona, with 32 flights, El Paso, Texas, with 15, and Victorville, California, with 13, all locations near major immigration detention facilities. In 2026, flights are coming and going at a faster pace, up 60% compared to last year. One of those 2026 flights transferred Ivan Guzman, the chef whom ICE took from his car, to El Paso, just 4 days after his arrest in Shoreline.
ICE in particular has thrown out, the Constitution has thrown out the laws that are on the books and said, challenge us.
Seattle Clemency Project civil rights attorney Jenny Pasquarella says rapid transfers like this make it harder for detainees to fight their cases. Attorneys need to file petitions aimed at stopping deportations in the state where the client is held.
Timing is of the essence in these cases, and you need to be able to file right away. But if there's no transparency about where your person is, you don't want to file a case and then have it be kicked out because it turns out the person's already, been sent to Texas or some other state.
Ivan has no criminal history. He was Veronica Castaneda's right-hand man at her restaurant El Cubano to go.
He was just trying to support his family, better life.
Veronica quickly worked to get Ivan an attorney.
Ready?
She started a GoFundMe, raising more than $40,000. 3 days after Ivan's arrest, an attorney agreed to help. It was too late.
By that time, Ivan was gone.
The next morning, the federal government moved Ivan to a detention facility in El Paso, Texas. Shortly after, just 6 days after his arrest in Shoreline, he was deported to Nogales, Mexico.
They didn't give us a chance for anything.
Many immigration attorneys have turned to a centuries-old legal tool written into the U.S. Constitution called habeas corpus petitions. They're used to argue a person is being detained illegally.
Back in the late 1800s, this was the way in which our laws developed around immigration, detention, and the legality of deportation because people were filing habeas corpus. So it's interesting that it's having this resurgence in this moment.
But to file a habeas petition, attorneys need key information.
Naturally, you need to know where your person is. And this is a challenge often with ICE in particular because there is little transparency often.
Back at El Cubano to go, a bowl of whistles now sits on the front counter.
So not a lot of people knows what is this for. We call it community whistles.
Free for anyone who wants to sound an alarm if they see ICE making an arrest. She says the whistles are meant to buy families time, something she says Ivan never had.
I think it's not fair. This is not right. They didn't give us a chance. We got the money to pay the lawyer or for a bail if he qualified, but it didn't happen.
The increased shuffling of detainees is costing taxpayers money. Our sister station in Minneapolis found documents that showed ICE paid contractors $668 million just this year to shuffle people around. In the newsroom, Sharon Yu, King 5 News.